Fuck Scotty.
Clearly, that's what Michael telling the boys.
Welcome back, you no good bastards, to the Pod Deep Podcast. Be very quiet. Kick back. Listen up. Subscribe, comment, and like. Pod Deep Podcast.
Welcome back to the episode number 21 of the Pod D Podcast. And you got it. Your boy Rizzle is hosting once again, and we are making Pod Deep history. Now, we got all 5 members of the Pod D Podcast in attendance for the first time in history. That means you got me, Rizzle. That means you got Big Said, you got Squeak, you got Ant, and you got J/Maverick, Guru, whatever. You got all 5 of us today. So once again, before we get started, please subscribe, like, comment to the Pod D Podcast. We greatly appreciate it. You know, we're getting this thing off the ground. We're working the kinks out, but we love your support. So to get things started, we're going to do the deep question thought of the week. So I'm going to turn it over to my man Sayed for that.
All right. Deep thought question. It's 11 p.m. You have a terminally ill mother-in-law, meaning she will die soon, very soon. Terminally ill mother-in-law. At 12 a.m. tonight, midnight, a death policy expires where she has to be died in order for you and your wife to collect $1 million. Your wife wants her to die. She wants you to smother her. She wants you to smother her by midnight to collect this bread. Can you do it? Recap as you're thinking about it. Let me recap. It is 11 p.m. Your mother-in-law is terminally ill. Think of your current mother-in-law. She's terminally ill. Will die soon. But if she isn't dead by 12 midnight tonight, you don't collect on your $1 million death policy. Your wife wants you to smother her at midnight. It has to be smothered. To collect the bread. Can you do it?
I'll go first. I can do it, but I'm not gonna do it. You know, I'm gonna chalk that up to karma. Like if it's meant to be, you know, it's meant to be. Like it's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna be the one to smother her with and have that on my conscience. You know, the rest of my days that I killed her just to get $1 million. So I wouldn't. And said, damn, this is about the second damn question you done came up and talking about killing people. What's going on? Man, we'll get to that later. Squeak, what you got?
I couldn't do it. I love my mother-in-law. I don't want that blood on my hand like that. The money sounds good, but I'm not. I won't participate in anything like that. I'm walking away feeling like my wife come up with a plan like that. She'll take me out in a matter of days, months, years. So I couldn't participate in nothing like that.
And
so
I know you ruthless.
That pillow in my hand, I'm telling you. If I probably would ask a question. Sometimes the mother, if she coherent and she like gone and do it because I want to do it, give the inheritance, then I'm gonna go on and do it. But it'll have to be the mother had to give me the okay. Like, do you want me to do it or you want to just do it to have it? So if the mother said, and it's not my mama, it's the mother-in-law. If she say go on and do it because I want to leave an inheritance to my family, sometimes they got to be tough things got to be done, and I bear it for my family. I go on and smother.
Ant being ant.
Hey.
My turn. My mother-in-law is such a gangster. She would say do it. So yeah, smother. Same with you. I would talk about it, and she would pretty much probably say go ahead and do it if she knows she's gonna get ready to go out anyway.
Okay.
So you
got, man, I couldn't do it.
You couldn't.
I couldn't do it. If I was doing it, if it was me, I couldn't do it. Similar to what you guys said, I couldn't have the blood on my hands. But if you tweak that a little bit, if you tweak that question, just a simple tweak as what you were saying, and she expressly told you to do it. If it came to that, could you do it at that point?
Who taught me to do it? The mom?
If the mother-in-law told you.
Yeah, that's the question I'm gonna have with her. Like if she told me no.
Saying, yeah, but now if you know that she's told you, I still probably couldn't do it.
If she told me to do it, I'm gonna do it.
So I got a question. So is the manner of death, is that what makes it so easy for you, Ant? The manner, just smothering her, is that what makes it so easy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't a ruthless, I couldn't slit her throat or nothing like that, but smother's kind of calm as you can get.
I think that's smart. I think that's more intimate. Like I think the smothering is a little bit more intimate than just slashing her throat or something like that.
Yeah, because she gonna struggle.
You gotta hear somebody die.
Yeah,
no matter
if you don't want no blood on your hands and you want the money, you go with an
No.
injection.
I think of it like, oh yeah, she's struggling right now. She want to get put out. I gotta go on here now. The money is what her wishes is to give to us, but I'm treating her like, oh yeah, I don't want to do it, but if I love her like that, I'm gonna honor her wishes. Okay. I got a question, a little twist. What would you do if you the person that's ill and you got 1 hour to decide to leave an inheritance to your family, to your kids? What are you asking on their bed? I'll start with you, Rod. What are you gonna say? All your kids get $1 million, and then you got 1 hour.
Overdose me, shit. Don't smother me, overdose me.
Right.
You got 1 hour.
Shit.
I want the best Vicodin morphine you got. Play my music.
There's no pills. You got.
Like you said, you got to be smothered.
We're trying to change.
Yeah, give me a bucket of water and let me dunk my head in it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm serious though.
Hey, take me out. If it's for my kids, take me out. CJ,
now
big ass smother me.
Now, okay.
Take me out. I want him to
so if it's for the kids, what if it's for the wife? What if it's solely for the wife and not the kids? Then what?
I mean,
I'm smother me.
And let her take that $1 million and lay up with another dude.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do with it? I'm gone.
Nah. She gonna have to make it on her own. You got to make it on her own.
I don't know.
You got to make it on her own. She ain't finna lay up with another dude in that meal. If the kids can't get it, she ain't getting it.
I probably would do the same thing. I probably would gonna let her smother me, because I'm still trying to bless for leaving a heritage for my family. So If that's the sacrifice, then I gotta go on and do it.
So recap. First question, mother-in-law. We got 3 nays, 2 yays. Then when we tweak it, that the mother-in-law, just so we all say that the mother-in-law is okay. The mother-in-law gave you the blessing. How do we answer that? If the mother-in-law gives you the blessing, Ryan, where you at on it? Did you do it then?
Nah, I'm still good. I'm still ain't gonna do it.
What you squeak?
It's a no-go for me. I don't want that blood and conscience on my hand.
We already know what the gangster's gonna do, so
you know what they gonna do.
Put it in there now.
Wow, it's stayed the same. That's crazy. It stayed the exact same, even if you got the mother-in-law's blessing on it. That's cool.
I got to feel these answers might change if we get off this internet.
Nah.
Okay. But that was a good.
It's all right.
That was a good one. So check this out. I got one that I want to pose.
Okay.
It's gonna be my not as deep thought question of the week. So let me try to frame this for you. So you are the creator, the inventor of something. Let's say cancer. Let's say you came up with the cure for cancer.
Okay.
All right. So right before you're about to unveil it to the public, patent it and put it out to the public, someone comes to you and they say, hey, let me get that off for you. And they buy it from you. They buy the patent, the whole thing, let's say for $1 million. So you're out of it. It's now theirs. So they go on and let's say they make $100 million off of it, along with the adulation and the notoriety of being known as the person to come up with the cure for cancer. All right. So would you be able to deal with that, knowing that you were the one that actually came up with it and you got broke off a little chunk, a little bit, but they went on to make hundreds and hundreds of $1 million and have the notoriety and the adulation of being known as the person who cured cancer?
I got a question. I got a question for before we start discussing that. So your cure, did you know it would cure, or you just had a thought that it may cure? You knew it was going to cure it?
You know it's a cure for cancer. And right before you put it out to the public, to everything, right before you do that, someone comes to you like, hey, let me get that up off for you. And they break you off a little change, but that change is nowhere, it's not in comparison to what they're going to make. And like I said, the notoriety that they're going to get from being known as the person to cure cancer. So would you be okay with knowing that you've been compensated, but the end result wasn't what it could have been if you just would have stuck with it?
I'll go first on this one. For me to agree to it, I'm going to be comfortable with whatever results after that. Boom or bust. So if I agree to it, then I'm good with what I got. I can't worry about what the other man get. Otherwise, I wouldn't have sold it. So if I asked for $1 million and he gave me the $1 million, I'm gonna be good with what I got because I got what I wanted. Now, if they take it and blow it up and get everything way 10 times fold more than I got, I'm not gonna sweat off of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
what about you,
I'm the same way. I'm just a man of my word. So I got to be comfortable with whatever my compensation was, whatever my deal was. I can't be counting another man's pockets. Right. Whatever my deal was, I got to be cool with that deal. I'm hot because why am I selling a cure for cancer? Right. I'm hot about it, but I can't be counting his pockets. I made my deal. I got to live with my deal.
I don't see myself agreeing to that deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mean to change the question, but I don't see myself agreeing to that deal, knowing that I developed the cure for cancer, and there is no alternative to that. I don't see $1 million as being, you know, the a fair evaluation for my brain thought. You know what I'm saying? So if I did settle for that, I would really be upset with myself. You know, I would be upset with myself when news get out that this person not only took credit for my ideal, but now they're the face of the cure of cancer, and they're making, you know, 10 times what I was initially offered. You know, that's bad business on my part, and so I would, going forward, I probably would have a grudge or regret on a business deal like that. You know,
I got a question, Hughes.
mm-hmm.
He said makeup, and he used cancer as an example. Suppose it was the sticky note, and you sold the sticky note for $1 million, and now it's worth billions. Would you still have the same answer?
No, I think that would be one to grow on, in the sense of a sticky note. Probably only thing comparable to a sticky note was just probably notebook paper or something like that, right? So I would think that if I, you know, came up with the sticky note, and I would think, no, it wouldn't catch on. So yeah, if I did a deal for $1 million and 10, 15 years later, it's, you know, the owner now is worth $1 billion. I'm broke. $1 million hold me down, but yeah, there probably wasn't no smart investment. Once again, you know what I'm saying?
But that ain't but the question is, Squeak, you did it. So he wants to know your reaction to it.
So
the business deal is bad. We know the business is bad, but if it happens, what's your reaction? I think that's what he's trying to get at.
So the reaction is, you happy for the first 2 months because you got the $1 million, you count the $1 million, right? You fast forward, all humans, we change, you know, so you will be counting the next person's pocket, you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna get advertised. You're gonna see. So
you begrudge that guy,
huh?
So you begrudge that guy that you sold it to.
Yeah. I think that's natural. I think that's natural. I think it's natural. You, like, not to be flipping it, like you could date somebody, right? They ain't look as beautiful as they did with you, but they glow up. You know what I'm saying? When y'all break up and shit like that, you looking like, man, why you can't do that shit when we was together? You know, everybody have like regret and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, check this out. I'm on kind of switch it. All right. Okay. So let's say you get paid to be silent. You still getting paid, but someone else is the face behind it. Now you're not getting the money that they get, but you're getting paid to stay silent so they can be the face. Like, hey, I'm the one that cured it. I'm the one. So everyone is on my tip because I did it, but you're still getting, you know, let's say you didn't get just, you know, a one-time sum, but you're getting steady money.
Like royalties, in a sense.
Yeah, just to be quiet about it.
Yeah.
Could you stay quiet?
You can't say anything. You can't be like, hey, man, I'm the one who did that. You know, I'm the one who should be getting the props. Could you be the one to stay silent while the other man makes 10 times the money?
Yeah, I'm at peace with that. Okay. I think the long-term investment of that kind of satisfy, I think, my ego more so than the fame for me personally, you know.
And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at, actually, is just to see what's more important to you. You know, is the fame and the notoriety, would that be something that drives, that bugs you because that person gets it and you don't? I mean, you're being compensated, but you're not out, you know, everyone's not saying, you know, Rodney cured cancer.
Right.
You know, no one's ever going to say that, although I did and I'm getting compensated for, but no one's ever going to say Rodney did it. They're going to say John Doe did it. You know, would you be able to live with that?
I couldn't make it publicly, but I'm damn sure telling my kids. You know your daddy did something, right? I'm damn sure telling my kids.
But what about if you do tell to sacrifice all your money?
You got to sign an NDA when you do.
Yeah. So if you say that, you sacrifice everything. You lose it all.
I ain't never held no secret like that. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I never been in that situation like that. You know that I'm taking one to my grave. You know what I'm saying? That's tricky for me. I'm taking the money. I'm gonna keep quiet. I might blow it after a while. I might speak on it.
What about you, Maverick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real honest. I'm kind of lost in what the question is. So let me ask a separate question. Don't answer this if you know the answer. You guys know about that shooting at the Walmart in Virginia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's play a quick game. White, black, or other. Other is anything except white or black. Was the shooter white, black, or other?
White.
White, says white. And
I don't know.
you got to pick one. Go ahead, Rodney.
If I had to pick, I'd say black because it's at a Walmart and it's supposed to be an employee that's disgruntled.
I would
It's
pick
not people
other.
in the break room, so I'll go black.
I would go
Black.
other.
Other. Say, Hughes, what you got?
I say white.
All right. He was black. I would have picked white too all day. He was black.
Nah, like I said, I Walmart break room, pissed off, black.
Yeah. All right.
So looks like we got some gangsters that'll kill at the drop of a hat. Then we got some people who don't really care about the fame or the adulations as long as they get compensated. So moving on to the next topic. So in our previous episode, I talked about my lack of interest in new music today. Any artist that came out after 2010, I pretty much don't fuck with. So what we were going to do is the guys were going to throw out artists, albums, whatever, for me to review, and I would listen, come back, and get my review on the following week's podcast. So Jay threw out Currency. So I didn't get a chance to listen to Currency, so I'm gonna put that on the back burner, and hopefully by the next episode I'll be able to get my review for Currency. But I did listen to Nas's new album, King Disease 3. So said if you want to go use the bathroom or get a drink, you're welcome to, because I know this is not a subject that you're gonna have any input on. So by all means, take care of your business. So yeah, I listened to King Disease 3, and I gotta say that I was totally blown away. Like, that is a dope ass album. Like, to me, that's one of his best albums ever. Post me, or beginning of his career, later career is one of his best albums. Like, I put it on in the background at work, and I was trying to work, but as I was listening to it, I found myself like, wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, let me rewind that. Like, it's a dope ass album. So, last week I gave Her Loss with 21 Savage and Drake, I gave that a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. So on this one, I think I gotta go 9.5 for King Disease 3.
So that's a classic thing.
I gotta go 9.5 on King Disease 3. And to follow up with that, I'll throw this question out to you all. With this string that Nas has been on in the past, let's say 5 years, with the albums that he's dropped, do you consider this his best stretch of his career? Now we got to look at, he got off to the great start with Illmatic, and then he was with Nostradamus and I Am, and It Was Written and all that. But is this stretch that he's on now in his late 40s, is this his best stretch as an artist? I'm gonna start with Maverick because he's the Nas guy.
Boom. Go ahead, Sergio.
I'm sorry, I want to interrupt, but I'm gonna download that right now as you guys start to discuss. But can you tell me, like, in just why do you think it's his best body of work? Is it just like lyrically? Do you think production? What makes it
this particular album?
Yes, this particular album.
I mean, his lyricism is always on point. I think one of the biggest things that was a downfall for him was beats. You know, earlier in his career, like the beats just didn't seem. You know, they always say Nas chose bad beats. You know, I think that's something that Tupac did on his first album or so, first couple albums. So I think the production and his lyrics are just coming together so smoothly on these last albums. You know, and he's, you know, he's dropped the second Lost Tapes 2. He's dropped 3 King Disease albums, and then he had another album I think that he dropped. Did he drop Nasir?
Magic. Yeah, Nasir too.
He dropped Nasir. So like he's dropped like 5 albums, you know, over the last 5-6 years, and all of them have been dope to, you know, from solid to dope. And I think this one is his best in the past 5 years, and I think that this stretch that he's on, I don't think we've never seen an MC do this. Like even Jay hasn't, you know, Jay's dropped albums later on in his career, but he has not had a stretch of just dope albums back to back. Late in his career. Now we know what he did beginning in his career, but late in his career.
I would say the second MC that's done something like that would be Scarface. Late in his career, have a string of albums that the production and the lyrical content is there, but it just probably just never received the notoriety that Nas is receiving. But you're 100% correct. Nas is onto something that a lot of old MCs haven't tapped into yet.
So I want to hear Maverick's take.
Yeah.
You just made a good point, Rodney. No offense, Hughes. I don't think anybody's had this resurgence in rap like Nas has had on this level. Winning that Grammy last year with King Disease 2.
King Disease 1.
One. There was one. They won the Grammy. I thought it was 2.
Just one.
One. Okay. Just the consistency and the quality of the Hit Boy and Nas albums is unprecedented. I don't think anybody. I hope I said that word right. I don't think anybody has ever matched this run late in their career. I don't know if I would call it his best run. I think when I think of Nas, you know, without Google, I can see him having like 3 phases of his career so far with I'm forgetting what's the name of the first album?
You just said
Illmatic.
Is the first album.
The Illmatic, it was written that, you know, that first 3-4 album run. Then he came back when he was beefing with Jay, that Stillmatic run in the middle. Nostradamus, Stillmatic, Lost Tapes was kind of in the middle. Something else.
You mixed that up.
I'm just not in order. I'm just kind of giving that middle, you know, group of albums. And then his third chapter would be this Hit Boy chapter. I don't think he's done either. I think he's talking about doing the same thing with Primo. So I don't think he's done. But I don't think anybody's had this run, this good of a run, being this solid as Nas has had. Now, to rate this album, I wouldn't give it I'm not mad at your 9, you know, it really hits you like that. But if I line this up against King Disease 1 and 2, to me, I heard a review about talking about this today. It's something that's a little missing with this album. It's like I heard it described as being more commercial. It's super clean. It's almost like they said it was built to be streamed, which I don't have an issue with that. But it's just missing a little something to me compared to the other 2 albums. So I would give it like a 7.5 to an 8. So still solid. No complaints. So I like it.
What about you, Squeak?
So I give it an 8.5. To me, King Disease 3 is a rival to first King Disease, which I think is the top. But I have days of the week where I go King Disease 3 first, then I go King Disease 1. To me, King Disease 2 is not the best, but it's, as a Nas fan, it's in my collection. Now to answer your question, is this his best run? So Nas Illmatic was his first album, and that was kind of like a New York album to me. You know, being in the Midwest, it didn't hit me as hard as people from the New York area and stuff like that. So it didn't resonate with me personally. I got resonated with when he dropped It Was Written. And when he followed that up with Nostradamus, I believe those first 3 albums, to me, he started high, and then the critique came that he couldn't match Illmatic. So he didn't get the kind of stellar reviews that he's now receiving for King Disease 1, 2, and 3. You know what I'm saying? I think the King Disease series right now at this particular time in the era of rap, he, as a elder MC, he has the content, he has the production that he needs, and he has the fan base and the audience that are now more mature, more intellectual to catch what he was saying back when in '94 when he was just rapping over our heads. You know, a 17-year-old coming from Queensbridge, New York, had such a high vocabulary, a high awakening with his raps. It was just too advanced for me. I'm not going to even lie about it. It was just too advanced for me. But right now, here we are in 2022. The audience is ready for what he has. And I think he is delivering. I think he has the production. And I think he fixed that in his second album. You know, I don't look at him like I heard one YouTuber say that he's the hip hop's worst beat picker. I don't agree with that at all. I think he has, in the beginning of his career, he has great beats like Hate Me Now. I think that's a phenomenal beat. But to me, I give it an 8.5, and I like King Disease 3.
That's dope. But just to interject, those first 3 albums, okay, you got Illmatic, then you got It Was Written, and I'm not sure which one came next. Nostradamus. I think I Am. I Am, and then because he dropped I Am and Nostradamus, I think, in the same year, 1999.
Yep.
So, Illmatic, It Was Written, and I Am. I mean, Jay broke it down. Jay is in Jay-Z. Niggas like, you know, one was, you know, one out. You know, he basically had, out of those first 3, he had one dope album, one that was, and then the other one, it was like, it was trash. Like Nostradamus was trash.
So to me, that's 2 dope albums out of 3, not just one. Which one you consider this?
Okay. It Was Written. I forgot. Now, It Was Written was kind of commercial. That's why he went commercial with that one.
And that's what you want to do, considering the first one, it was just New York based.
And considering the time that it was released in.
Yeah. Because that album came at the same.
I still think this is his best. I mean, personally, I still think this is his best stretch of albums, because, you know, even when he got the resurgence when Jay dissed him and he dropped Stillmatic, and then he dropped Godson and Street's Disciple. I mean, those were okay, but, you know, I think he's dropped, like, the last 5 years, he's dropped like 5 solid to dope albums, you know, to where you really don't have a qualm with anything that he's doing. Like with those others, it's like Nostradamus, you know, Godson, okay. But with this stretch, you know, I think he's really doing it. We know Said don't got nothing to say. Ant, do you have anything to add?
I got a question though.
Okay.
Is it easy? Is it James, you about to say something? I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't interrupt what you wanted to say. You about to say anything?
Yeah, I've never agreed that Nas was a bad beat picker. I think that's just like urban legend or something. That's never been an issue with me. Also, I heard this again. It was on Juan Epstein podcast Cypher Sounds and Peter Rosenberg. Good podcast. There's no Nas.
We'll plug them on our shit.
That's why I didn't do it, because
it's okay. It's there's no Nas album to me that you can't put on like in the background where you go turn that shit off. There's no bad album to me.
Nostradamus.
I mean, some are better than others, but there's none that is just terrible. No good songs on it.
He got a hit on every album.
Yeah, it's something on every album.
He got at least 2.
I mean, come on, let's not get in that conversation because that'll bring us back to Country Grammar's a classic. We talking about 1 or 2 singles. Come on now. But say it. Go ahead. What did you have to say?
So first of all, good to hear. I just went ahead and downloaded King Disease 3 because I appreciate that. I'll definitely listen to it. You said it could be the best resurgence. You guys are saying it could be the best resurgence of an artist. I know it's just what you said, Rodney. It could be the best resurgence of an artist. Do you think it's easier to have a comeback, be great, take a break, have a great resurgence, or is it harder? And I'm thinking of Jay-Z when I think about this, to be just solid all the way through, not no ridges, but just solid all the way through, where every genre or every age group you hit. Which one you think is more difficult? Getting back to who y'all, I guess it's ultimately going to get back to who y'all think who's better. But I just think in my mind, a resurgence is good, but to be quality throughout that whole time. Because when I think of Jay-Z albums, I don't think of misses. I think of maybe one album that he missed on.
Kingdom Come.
Yes, that's good.
And that's still solid. It's still a solid 7. It's a solid 7.
I think so too.
It's a solid album. So I don't think there's a Jay-Z album that you could rate under 7. I really don't. So,
but to answer your question, Sarah, I think it's difficult either way you go, whether you go a straight line and you have a flow or you take a resurgence. I look at it like a student. You go elementary, middle school, high school, then you do your college, and then you get your grad school. And then you got people that graduated from high school and they never went to college. So now that they're an adult and they got a family, now it's time to go back to school. That's hard to be a student as an adult for some people. You got some people that graduated, from undergrad, and now they're going to grad school and they got a life and a family, and that's hard to go back to be a student. You know what I'm saying? So I think it works. It's difficult for some people depending on the stage of your life. For Jay-Z, he had a momentum that he kept going. He never took that break, and he never received that type of criticism, even though throughout those years he was not the number one seller in that year with the albums. You follow what I'm saying? But he received the most recognition of any MC during that particular time frame. You know what I'm saying? Whether M dropped the album that year, Ludacris dropped the album, Nelly dropped the album, his album got the most talked about, but he didn't sell the most units that particular year and stuff like that. But he gets all that particular credit. Whereas Nas, on the other hand, as an MC, he faced a lot of type of scrutiny, you know what I'm saying, for dropping albums. Same as Snoop. Snoop took a break as well and, switched from label to label and did a resurgence with Drop It Like It's Hot. You know what I'm saying? But anything he dropped now is just, it doesn't hit the same way as his earlier work. You know what I'm saying? So some MCs just have to figure that out. I don't think it's easy anyway, me personally. What's your thought? What's your thought, Jay?
I think it's harder to stay flat, consistently good, more so than you be good, you lose yourself for a while, and then you can reinvent yourself. But to stay solid, I think that's harder.
But no one, I don't think anyone's saying that Nas cratered.
Yeah, he never lost himself.
Yeah, I mean he's never cratered to where people thought he lost it. Well, he's been solid. He's been solid his whole career. I think that just his last stretch,
he just went up another level.
5 years, huh?
He just went up another level.
Yeah, I think this last stretch in his last 5 years, I think this is his best stretch. Like
So let me ask this question. So he started in '94. At what point was he ever considered the king of New York? Biggie had that title, like Jay had the title.
But what does that have to do with this argument though?
I'm saying that to say that when he did have from '94 to '96 his stretch of going straight, he never received those type of flowers that Biggie received when he dropped one album, that Jay received when he dropped the album, like when 50 received when he dropped his album. Nas never received that type of he's the king of New York now title from fellow.
Nas has never received. He's not a big seller as far as albums, but I think he's always gotten the praise. Like you said earlier, like Illmatic, like it's a classic, but it didn't touch you being from where you was at.
Right.
But so I think that's just what it is. Like Nas has always been regarded as a dope MC, top MC. Whether he don't sell as much as the others. And I think because like until he got to It Was Written, he wasn't commercial. But then he got to be It Was Written, and I don't know. I haven't Googled it, but I would think that's probably his the album that sold the most for him will be It Was Written, because he did more commercial shit on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I don't. To me, he's never really cratered. He's always been baseline. But this last stretch that he's on, I think this is his best stretch of his career.
I got a question for you, Rodney. Without the last 5 years of Nas, if his music ended right there, what is he? Is he average or is he above average? If you take the last 5 years away.
He's the top 3 MC of all time. He's the top 3 MC of all time.
Top 1.
It's like Jordan. Like you take away the Wizards years, he's still Jordan.
And he's in a category that he shares with only probably one MC, and that's probably Ice Cube. And that's being a 17-year-old MC that came into the game that's made complicated raps that identify with the masses. Lil Wayne, on the other hand, was younger than both of them, but he wasn't considered the top lyricist at his age like Ice Cube and Nas was.
Like that little, that's good you brought Lil Wayne up, because I remember him coming out and people were saying like, this Lil Wayne cat, he's all that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like I didn't hear it. I literally did not hear it.
That's
but all these years later, I don't in thinking about that, I don't think any of us had him in our top 5.
No, he got better and better and better, kind of like a Tupac. He got better and better, whereas Cube and Nas, what they did was just hadn't been done before. You talk about a 17-year-old that came over.
Lil Wayne was 13. Shit.
Huh?
Hey, Lil Wayne was 13, damn near.
Yeah, 13, 14. I'm saying, but his didn't transcend to multiple generations like Nas and Cube did. He got better and better.
The thing about Lil Wayne is he has his own. He has some 31, 32, 33-year-olds that'll say he the dopest ever, because he had a run. He had a run 2010, 2011. Like his run was just incredible.
It was.
I think his was like slightly before that. I think he was that era, where Jay was kind of wishy-washy on what he was gonna do, like from 2007 to 2010. In that time frame, I think that's when Wayne was just he's out of this world.
He was the best. He was on everybody. He was on everybody. He was doing all these features. He was on everybody's stuff. He was killing it. So he was dope. He was killing it. He was killing it. But man, get back to like so. Three of y'all. I don't know anything a huge rap fan, but three of y'all think Nas is better than Jay-Z. Like y'all just
I
Nas
didn't know.
Jay-Z. I think Jay-Z Nas better.
I think it's hard for me to say because I think Jay is more versatile than Nas.
Yeah.
Because when Nas tries to do different things, it just doesn't come off.
He get criticized for it.
To me, it doesn't come off right. Like when Big did the Bone Thugs thing, that shit seemed natural. It seemed like that's it seemed like to me that's just his flow, even though it wasn't. When Nas tried to switch it up a little bit, it's just like, nah, you stay with what you do. Okay. And I don't know if that's a knock, but it's just like, but Jay, Jay started, we didn't know it at the time, but that's what Jay started with. The fad, the fad flow. We didn't know that because we wasn't hip to it at the time. So when he came out and did Originators with the nigga who, we was like, damn, Jay doing some twisted stuff, but really he just doing what he started with. Okay. But yeah, I would say Jay's more versatile with his flow, with his styles. Nas is a better MC.
Yeah, I agree with that. Jay-Z is he's more versatile. He knows how to appeal, to different groups, but MC wise it's Nas. I say this all the time. You can live if you listen to Nas, you can damn near like, don't take this the wrong way. He's not like God or anything, but you can damn near pattern your life after what he's saying in his rhymes, and you can pretty much navigate through, through your youth, through the world based on what he's talking about. He's been talking about investing in stocks back on the first album before he, even had real money. And just through his career, he's been just dropping Jews, do this, do that, black girl laws, talking about, situations with
content.
With the females, immature females. What's the song, Rodney? Where he's talking about the guy who's like in his 30s still on the block. Want to be a young guy. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. That was on the Stillmatic album.
Just songs like that, where he's telling those real stories.
He has versatile content that I think he's known for and he gets credit for. Jay-Z's a good storyteller. He's a slick MC as well. I think they complement each other very well, and I think they push each other, lyrically. Jay-Z is more slicker. He has a commercial appeal to him, but Nas on the most part is probably a top backpack MC rapper that can do multiple things. He can come from a hood side of things. He can get it from a commercial side of things, and he can just keep it right here with the content. I'm not going to say Jay-Z's better than him. I'm not going to say he's better than Jay. I think that they both complement each other,
Stuck in second childhood.
I was about to say second childhood. Yeah.
Second childhood is on the new CD.
No, second childhood.
You're right. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
But I will say, I think Jay-Z is going to go down as the greatest rapper ever. I think just off his notoriety, his catalog, I think eventually people will look at him as the greatest rapper ever.
His business sense. I mean, he has business-wise, he's done things that most rappers haven't done.
So,
All
right. Okay. Good. That was a good discussion. Good discussion. So let's move on to our next topic. So we're going to talk about. I want to get what you guys have to say about Brittany Griner. Now, this is something that's been going on for damn near the entire year, for real. And I apologize for not bringing this up as a topic earlier, because I think this is a good topic for us to talk about. So as we all know, Brittany Griner, she went over to Russia, and she had some vape cartridges or whatever in her bag, in her luggage. She was confiscated. They locked her up. And she's been there ever since. I think that was in February. And she's been convicted and on drug charges and sentenced to 10 years. I think recently, maybe last week or something, they transferred her to another place from where she was. And U.S. government, they still say that they're trying to arrange some sort of exchange for her, but we're going on damn near a year, and this woman is still in bondage, in Russia over a vape cartridge. So I know there's a lot to unpack on this one, but let's get it started. Squeak, I'm gonna start with you. Go ahead. What you got to say on this Brittany Griner situation?
I'm gonna start out by saying free Brittany Griner. I don't think that what she's being charged with is that serious, considering a country that has just invaded their border country, Ukraine, going to war, and you want to hold somebody accountable for some marijuana. I think that what she did, they should have just gave her a fine if they're serious about their laws. But to lock somebody up over vape cartridge, and give them 10 years, I think it was just a ploy for them to get at the U.S. Me personally, I don't have all the details. I don't know all the laws in Russia, but I do not agree with their actions, of holding somebody down like that. I mean, but at the same time, hell, this country here in U.S. has done something similar with marijuana possession of individuals selling, and then turn around and build dispensaries and have it, legal in different states and stuff like that. So my thing is that, I just think that they should release her and send her home.
So who's more? So follow up. So who's more to blame, Russia or the U.S.?
I think you have to know, as an individual, when you travel, you do have to know the laws. You know what I'm saying?
No. That ain't what I asked.
You said who's more to blame?
Who's more to blame, Russia or the U.S.?
I don't know how you could blame the U.S. in this scenario.
You got a woman languishing in prison over a misdemeanor.
I always thought that they don't negotiate with terrorists, and
this ain't terrorism.
I don't know if they see Russia as terrorists. You know what I'm saying? But
this ain't terrorism though.
I think well, so in that scenario, I would think as a U.S. government, you would want to get your own, like they have for several reporters. But this is not the first time that a person has been locked up over abroad and they haven't been able to get back free.
True.
So this is not anything new. It's just an individual that we know of. You know what I'm saying? A sports figure. I think that's something that we've never seen before, more so than a reporter or a journalist. That's just been locked up in Afghanistan or somewhere else of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It's a sports figure, so it kind of hits home for us since we're all like sports fans and stuff.
And what you got to say on this one?
I got a question. I guess I haven't followed it like I probably should, but was it laws in place over there to where she bring the vape cartridges?
Yeah.
Are they giving her true what they law saying? Like, you bring this over here, you get 10 years if you get caught bringing that here.
It's not that black and white, but it is a law. She broke the law, clear as day. But it's not that black and white what the punishment is for it. But to answer your question, make it simple, she did break the law, knowingly break the law.
If that's the case, it ain't on the United States to bail everybody out like that if you broke the law. That's just how I feel. You knew it was a chance that could happen when you took it, and now they just using your celebrity to make it even bigger. You can't do that. To me, that's just my thought. And it ain't up for the U.S. to bail her out, make a deal, give up something that they have to bring her home when she did it knowing it was against the law.
So can I ask a question? Is marijuana not legal in Russia? Do anybody know that? Or is it the issue of her traveling with it and bringing it into their country? Do anybody know that part?
It's not legal, and they take it seriously. I'm reading it now. They have a 0.1 acquittal rate. So basically, 100% of people caught get convicted, and you can get most people get up to 3 years in prison. So yes, it's serious out there.
And
So
up to 3
knowing,
years, but she got 10.
so
Yeah, they're
knowing
messing
that,
with her. Yeah.
9 or 10, something like that.
10. What I heard.
knowing that, for me, you're asking your country to bail you out of something that you got yourself into. I just like, if it was unjust, then yes, then the U.S. would be required. You need to let her go, but it's not unjust. She did it. In my opinion, she thought that she was like, for her to do it, it was a slap in Russia's face, and they just proven that it's not. That their country, they rules, you have to follow, and if you don't, these are the consequences.
All right, say what you got to say on it.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, she was playing professional basketball over there.
That's true.
So
Correct.
I mean, she know the rules, but I think what we're all thinking is they're trying to make an example out of her. She was in the wrong, but they really are trying to make an example out of her.
Exactly.
The trade that the U.S. would have to make to get Brittany Griner out, I mean, take somebody that really did some really bad stuff in the United States, it ain't equivalent. You know, it ain't. While we all feel bad for Brittany Griner, she made that decision, and I feel awful for her because you're thinking, damn, but for the United States to give up somebody, like, I think it's equivalent to them giving up somebody who killed Americans or something, you know, really harsh.
Like a terrorist, right?
Yeah, really harsh.
Arms dealer.
Yeah, arms dealer. And swap. Just ain't an even swap. So I feel horrible for Brittany Griner. I do. You know, man, and I'm glad that the guys in the NBA, the ladies in the NBA or in the WNBA are showing their respect. There's only so much that we can do and I've seen like just clips. It's widely known that marijuana is illegal and it's posted everywhere. I mean, it's posted everywhere. So she knew she was taking a joint. I heard she knew she was taking a chance. And there was, sports figures, there are celebrities who said, man, I always smoke in Russia. You know, it's so many different point of views on it. But my opinion is I feel bad for her. She just seemed like she's just being made an example by an oligarchy that's ridiculous. But what can we do?
Yo, repeat that word for me, see? I ain't heard that since oh shit! I ain't heard that since damn high school. I damn near gotta Google that shit.
So it just seems like she's being made an example of, and she's just she's in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know,
I would be interested to know if this is her first time with that vape pen going into Russia.
You know, they said there was some people that kind of knew they were following her. They knew that she was doing. They knew that it was a setup. It's kind of have if you kind of read some of the blogs, they almost set her up. Like they knew she was doing this the whole time. And I even think she's got warned a time or two.
Yeah.
And then now they just catch her and they just punish her.
Most of the time, Hughes, they don't come down on you the first time they see it. Most of the time it's stop doing it, but then they continue to do it. Okay. It don't be like, I think her celebrity would have gave her one pass or two, and then she steady doing it, and then finally somebody like, you're not gonna keep doing it, I'm gonna have to get you. And
yeah, right.
I believe she was trying to pull their card and they pulled it.
Oh wow. That's sad to hear.
I mean, she was over there as a professional athlete, so she knew the rules. It ain't like she was just passing through. And, they caught up with her. She was living, she was over there, full time, like not full time, part time playing sports. So
I think we've all kind of made bonehead decisions in our life. You know what I'm saying? without ever having to pay like that in our lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I know I snuck some shit in several facilities. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing the penalty. You know, but yeah, my prayers go out to her. I wish she wouldn't have made that decision.
Jay, what you got to say?
On the flip side, like they are messing with they're trying to use her to negotiate, and the guy they're trying to get back is called the Merchant of Death. I don't know if you guys saw the movie. I can't think of the actor's name.
Is it War Dogs?
Not War Dogs. It's the one with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it. But basically, they're trying to get. She had 0.02 ounces of a weed oil, and they're trying to get back basically a terrorist, an arms dealer, which is probably going to end up working in the end. But she may have to sit, for a few more years to get out. But just as a reminder on how this goes in a different direction. But the U.S. kind of did the same thing. It's not the same case, but in 2017, this guy named Alan Russell got caught with 1.5 ounces of weed in Mississippi. Mississippi. He ended up getting a life sentence. And 1.5 ounces is not a whole lot of weed. So just in this world, weed laws are still not fair. So I just wanted to put that on the table.
Okay. So for a synopsis of this, free Brittany Griner.
Right.
Yep.
Fuck
Definitely.
Russia. Because I actually have been to Russia. Out of all 5 of us, I have been to Russia. So I'm going to say fuck Russia. Because I didn't like it when I was there. They was on some bullshit. So fuck them. So let's go. Let's move on to the next topic. So this is kind of going to be a free for all. If you guys got anything that you want to talk about, current events, anything that piqued your interest that you would like to bring to the table, give you an opportunity to do so. So, and you got something. Go ahead.
I got one thing I want to say. Over the past week, Dr. Martin Matthews, Matthew Dickey, passed away at 97.
Rest in peace.
I mean, all of us that play sports in St. Louis came through Matthew Dickey.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a great man for allowing all of us to play. Whatever sport it was, too. I ain't go baseball, basketball, football, tennis, whatever you got. I mean, it hit me a little different when I heard that he passed away. It also hit me different. I seen him 2 years ago at a baseball field watching my son play at 95 in the hot sun. We was coming home visiting, and he was out there and, watching his grandson play baseball. But just know that he passed away and lived to 97, and the legacy he left. Big shout out for Dr. Martin Luther Matthews.
And you didn't have to even play any sports to use their facility. That was another great thing about them. There's a lot of kids that didn't play baseball, football, or basketball for them, but got a chance to use it as an after-school program.
Mm-hmm.
Or troubled teens that were kicked out of schools. That facility, Matthew Dickey's, was being used to continue their education. When the Rams first came to town in St. Louis, that facility was where the Rams was practicing at until they got everything built in Earth City and their stadium was complete. It was like a staple in the city for kids, other than on the north side of St. Louis, other than Woes that represents the west side of St. Louis. So rest in peace, Mr. Matthew. I got a chance to meet Mr. Dickey as well. So I grew up playing Matthew Dickey's, and I got a chance to meet both of them, and You know, it ain't like they remember my name or nothing like that, but I'll never forget their faces, you know what I'm saying, as a kid. So, yeah, rest in peace, man.
That's what's up. That was a good one, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. I know we all got stories about Matthew Dickey's, man. I mean, but can you just think about all the lives they touched? Like the young black lives they touched, man. We all was in there at some point in time doing something, man. That's so cool. I learned how to swim at Matthew Dickey's, man. That's dope. That's a good point, man.
I walked out of swimming at Matthew Dickey's. Out of all the kids in the facility, they started off with me first. And it was like, yeah, we need you to jump in the water. I was like, check this out. I got to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. And then you know what I did.
Okay. Anybody got anything else? Say you got anything? I won't put anybody on the spot, but man, just throw it out. You know, this is kind of free for all right now.
No, I ain't got nothing. I've been watching. I'm gonna get these boys started. I know we had a little back and forth about this upcoming fight. Is that a real fight? Is that a real fight with and Tank? Is that a real thing?
You know, I don't think it's been officially announced. I don't think it's been officially signed. I think they just the promotion companies and the network have verbally agreed. The fighters want to fight. It's not 100% official. If it go down, it's going to go down sometime in 2023. I think they got the hard stuff of the negotiation out the way. They just got to get the contracts back and stuff like that. But it's probably like 95% official and done.
Don't book no room.
Exactly. You know.
All right.
I'm be interested in that fight. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a good money maker, a good fanfare, and that's gonna be a difficult fight to bet. I know who I favor. I'm gonna be nervous for him as well, though.
You got Tank, right?
I got Tank. I'll be nervous for him because Garcia has fast hands and he got power.
All right. Oh, one last thing while we on combat sports. A Sunday, Jay. What was that, man?
What happened?
When a Sunday got beat.
What was the
Oh, Israel.
When Izzy got beat.
There's a thing that happens in MMA, happens in boxing too. It's probably more in MMA. When other fighters see your style too many times, they get a chance to figure you out. The same thing happened with Usman. Same thing happened with Izzy. They do the same thing in every fight, every time. So it just gives a competition a chance to catch up. And he just got caught. He was fighting a guy who was bigger than him. The guy had beat him before, knocked him out before. This same way. He got knocked out like this in kickboxing the same way. He was winning the fight up until the last round and got caught. It's just that guy's just in his head. He should have just I blame it on his corner, man. They should have either told him to run that last round, or he should have went for that finish in the fourth round when he had him hurt and tired.
I would have taken him down.
Yeah, or take him down.
I would have taken him down.
Basically, play it safe.
Yeah.
So I blame a lot of it on his corner, man.
That was a good last fight. I watched that one. That was a good fight. That dude was bigger. That was a good fight, though.
And I was disappointed. Something else happened. Somebody else lost. I wanted to win. It was just disappointing to see that, man.
That was a good ticket. That last card was a good fight card. It's a good fight card.
Disclaimer: Maverick, aka Jay, he is our resident UFC guru. So if you're ever looking for your UFC information, inbox Jay. He'll give you everything you need to know from A to Z.
One more thing. I got three things real quick.
And here you go.
Not MMA. I was a Wolves kid. I live closer to Wolves, and you'll get beat up at Wolves. But rest in peace to Mr. Matthew Dickey. He did a lot for youth in St. Louis, and his organization still does. So yeah, he's very important. If you're not from the St. Louis area, to the St. Louis area for youth sports.
Two. I got to put my shirt up. Yes,
We have a subscriber. His name is James. His YouTube page is The Mind of James. The other night, I was just clicking around on YouTube, and he is a subscriber to our channel, to the Pod Deep channel. And I just clicked on one of his videos, and this dude is going, his thing is like exercising. I haven't watched a lot of his content, but he loves to do burpees, like 100 at a time. And I just started watching one of his videos, and this guy inspired me to get off the couch and get down and start doing burpees just like he was. So I just want to send a shout out to you, James. Thank you for subscribing. Good videos. Keep up the good work. The Mind of James, his YouTube page.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Just wanted to shout that guy out. Last thing. Larsa Pippen dating Michael Jordan's son. What do we think about this slut?
Don't call
Mark,
it no slut.
MJ wins again.
Don't call it no slut. I mean, it's a come up for
You
little.
have to, man. You have to.
It's a come up for little Marcus, but that should be district. Well, hold on. We don't know the relationship with Scotty Pippen and Michael Jordan's son. We think they should be like Pippen should be their big uncle. But
Why? Why would we think that?
Because I guess they played so many years together. You know
They played, but they played together. They weren't homies.
Yeah, I guess
They weren't homies. They played together. But they didn't hang out. You know, Mike had his own life. Scotty had his own life. So nah, I would never think that Scotty was, a big uncle to Jeffrey and Marcus.
Even if that's not true, just out of the optics, how it looks, that dude is out of pocket. Both she's out of pocket and the son is too. There's no way around it to me. Like
why
find somebody else.
Why the son?
Because of Pippen's relationship with Jordan, even if they're not the best of friends.
Fuck Scotty.
Clearly, that's what Michael telling the boys. That's what he tell. I can't get him, so you get him. You get him, son.
Shit, I took that
Get
person.
Scotty.
I think I agree with Rodney. They ain't homies, so whatever.
Fuck him.
Oh, that's dirty.
I mean, when you think about
That's
it,
dirty.
if she getting it in with Future, who I thought was not on her level, you know what I'm saying? Then she giving LaMarcus just the publicity. I don't know him outside of being MJ's son. You know, I don't see him on social media doing anything. So I don't even know how he pulled her.
He got bread. He runs a trophy room. A high-end Air Jordan.
Sure.
He everything Jordan. So he's living off his dad's, of course, legacy. But he makes some bread because he runs what they call a trophy room, some of the best Air Jordans, most expensive sneakers that you can find out there. So,
Cedric, how do you feel about
it?
Hey man, don't take my shine.
No, I'm indifferent about it, man. I'm just indifferent about it. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm indifferent. I mean, it's a man and a woman. I don't care. I don't think much of Larsa Pippen. I don't. I really don't. And I don't think much of fucking Michael Jordan's son. I mean,
yeah, so fuck Scotty.
Fuck Scotty.
Fuck him.
I don't think they crossed no boundaries. They're just like just because we played on the team together, we can't.
Now, hold on. Now, if that was Michael Jordan and Larsa Pippen,
that's different.
it's the same thing. It's his son. It is
hell
He's representing his father. That's too close, man. That's too close.
Hell
no. Tripping.
Hell no.
What's the age difference between them? Like what's
shit about 20, at least 25, I would say.
Like them young guys, man.
I mean, is she worth it?
She's fine. She's fine. She's fine. You're bad.
Yeah, nothing will happen to him. He'll be okay. It's just a flame. It just looks bad to me.
Yeah, it's bad optics. I agree. But
whatever. Fuck Scotty. Anyway, did you get the cherry 11s? You get them?
No, you know what? I saw them on. They redoing them on the Sneakers app. that you can try to get them in, because I guess when we tried to get them the first time, it was down. So they're gonna do another. I want to get them, but they're gonna do another try for them. But I'll end up getting them on StockX probably because I like them.
Okay.
What
about the Lost and Founds? You get them?
No, I didn't. I'm not a big Jordan 1 guy.
Okay.
I'm not a big Jordan 1 guy at all. So especially the high, because they fit crazy to me. It's not my favorites.
Oh, to all y'all who ain't following, we talking Jordans right now. But yeah, I did get the Cherry 11s. I did get those. It was a surprise. I was working, and I got an alert on my phone saying, "Hey, they just dropped." So I went in and boop boop boop, and I got them. So
yeah, them dope. You know?
And I probably won't wear them, and I don't think I'm gonna wear them until. I got a question for you too, C. I got a question for you. I'm gonna save it for offline, but I got a question, and it's about the Cherry 11s.
All right.
But anyway, so what else we got going on? Because we gonna wrap this thing up pretty soon. I just want to make sure everybody got a chance to shoot they wad a little bit and get out anything that they've just been on their minds that we hadn't talked about. And you got some. You got some?
Nah, I got it.
All right. What about them 49ers? What they gonna do, man? Super Bowl, right?
And is that a Black Panther picture that you sitting behind? Yeah. I see that kind of fell.
It's Black Panther. It's not the Black Panther.
Man, it's no Black Panther. I'm at my mother-in-law's house for the holidays, so.
What?
Hey, don't get get a pillow. Hey, don't get no pillow in your hand. Get your mother-in-law house.
That's why I thought that question was so funny. I'm like,
stay away from the
don't
pillow.
put $1 million in front of me either.
He with it. He with it.
But they ain't serving you nothing for dinner tomorrow.
All right. So we're gonna segue into our last topic, which would be the Swerp of the week. So who wants to start off with their Swerp of the week?
I'll start off. Yeah, I know. Have y'all ever heard of Chris Lee Knows Best? It was like a reality TV show. White family, Southern. I think they were Georgian. Man, this fool was just sentenced to 12 years of bank fraud and tax evasion. I mean, I don't know the whole story, but when that shot across my timeline, I was like, man, what? So this dude was on TV for reality. They looked like they was balling, man. I mean, it was in real estate at his big fancy house. Him and his wife, those 2 kids. And next thing you know, here in 2022, he's getting going to jail for 12 years.
What about his wife?
His wife got 7 years. So she got 7, he got 12. Bank fraud, tax evasion. Man, they was doing it big time for TV, doing it for the gram. They Swerp of the week for me right there.
That wasn't worth it at all.
No, one word.
I go next. My Swerp of the week is the Walmart shooter in Virginia, Supervisor Lee. You know what I'm saying? He deserved Swerp of the week, in my opinion. I'm just not a big fan of, you having a mental issue and you just taking out on everybody else in the world when you could just turn that gun on yourself and just go and did it, So that's my Swerp of the week.
And you got a Swerp of the week?
Man, honestly, no, I don't got no Swerp of the week, to be honest. I can't think of
Man, just think about it. You can come up with one.
All right. I let Jay go and I'll come up with one.
Swerp of the week. The American Music Awards for canceling that Chris Brown, Michael Jackson tribute. I would have loved to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Did they ever get a reason behind that?
I don't think so. I think it's the Rihanna situation from years ago.
What?
God damn, he can't still be punished for that.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
No, it got to be something other than that, man.
That rehearsal looked dope as I don't know what.
I need to look that up. I heard it was good. I need to find that.
I saw that on IG. That rehearsal looked dope, man. And quiet as kept, I think he would be the only guy that can probably beat R. Kelly in the verses.
Oh hell, fuck no.
But
You went too far.
The boy got the catalog.
next show, R. Kelly versus Chris Brown versus. Let's talk
Oh
about
hell,
that.
fuck no.
You went too far.
I'm telling you, I got my money on CB.
That's almost on some LaVell Crawford type shit now.
I'm telling you, I got my money on CB. I ain't gonna take it over, but I got my money on CB.
Crawford type worthy,
I like Kels. I like Kels. Kels is unique. CB got their catalog.
What?
Hey, no, I ain't gonna front. CB, when I was working out, I stumbled across a CB playlist, and that mug, next thing I know, it's 2 hours later, it's still playing, and I'm jamming. So he do, but like Jay said, you're going too far with R. Kelly though.
And it run deep in hip hop, more so than what R. Kelly does. He got the hooks for most of your rapper singers and stuff like that. So yeah, he can get. I think he the only one that can come close to beating R. Kelly in the verses.
Next show, we're gonna discuss.
Put together your 10 Chris Brown songs that can go.
Man, don't do me like that. That boy
let's do it. We'll get it.
Okay, so if I do Chris, you doing Kels?
I can do it. All right. I can do it. 10, not 20. Just do 10.
So what we talking about? We finna do R. Kelly, Chris Brown versus on our podcast.
Yes.
Man, that'll be hard, man. I'm fans of both of them dudes. Okay,
me too. It'll be good.
Yeah. It seems like I don't even know why we're doing it, but okay, if that's what y'all want to do. So do I got a swerp of the week? Damn. Nope, I don't. So once again, if I don't have a swerp of the week for everybody, then I'm going to be swerp of the week. So for this week, I'm swerp of the week for not having a swerp of the week. So
Ant.
No, Ant didn't have. Okay, yeah. We coming back to you, Ant. What you got?
I told you I ain't got nothing.
You ain't come up with nothing over that whole time that we were coming up with ours. You didn't come up with nothing. Well, you swerve.
I was gonna say Hughes was swerve for betting with the Cardinals Monday night at the last minute without the starting quarterback.
Well, there you go. They
won the week before.
Squeak is your swerve of the week, and I agree because he was wild as fuck.
I couldn't believe it.
He was wild as fuck for that bet.
I'm okay. I was trying to lure him in and hook, line, and sinker. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
So for all our subscribers, James, the one, and all the ones that have kind of tuned in on us, we have a little pool going on with football, and we make our picks every week, and the winner gets an undisclosed amount. We won't disclose what that is because FCC might be on us or some shit. So right now, Said is in the lead.
I can still see him now.
But we nipping. Wait a minute. What the hell happened?
I can see.
I can see him too, but why the hell how did you get an extra game up on me?
I don't know.
Some doesn't know. Well, America, we're gonna have to look into this because this is foul. Because I was in second place when I looked at this motherfucker earlier. Now I'm in third. But anyway, we nipping at Says heels. He was squawking big time.
He playing it too safe.
He's squawking big time a couple weeks ago, but now we within 3 or 4 games of him. So just
light work. Yeah, light work.
Okay, keep picking the Rams. Keep picking the Rams. Your ass you're gonna be in third place.
So, Said, how many games have you won?
I'm only one.
How many weeks?
I won 2. I think I won 3 weeks.
But he was always first to second.
But yeah, I just say until last week, I really hadn't had a bad week. I was always 1 or 2 every week,
Okay.
or tied. But I had a bad man. I took it on the chin last week.
See, that's
So how
why.
many-
That's why me and the Blade. I'm sorry. I don't mean to put your alias out there. That's why me and Ant are the people's champ. Because either we winning or we're second. That's why that's why our records are where they're at. So
So Rodney, how many weeks have you won?
I've won 2.
Me too.
I finished second a
And a
lot.
lot.
And Jared, how many times have you won?
Why would we bring him up? I mean, I don't even know why we would bring him up, but
Yeah.
black quarterback, black coach, black whatever, all black. I'm gonna call you Kyrie.
I won 1. Rodney, you just won 2. Calm down.
I
know
think I said I won 2.
Hughes, I changed my mind. Chris can get R. Kelly in the verses.
I can't hear you, Jared. What did you say?
Chris Brown can get R. Kelly in the verses.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he a little deeper than what I tell you. He got some.
Y'all
he got some
Negro
stuff.
are crazy.
I'm
Can't-
telling you, Rodney.
So that he can get him.
R. Kelly stuff changes and it gets corny after a while. I still respect him, but it gets corny.
So we're gonna end this podcast on that nonsense. Ain't no sense in talking when these motherfuckers talking about Chris Brown get R. Kelly in the verses. So once again, I appreciate everyone who tuned in, who thinking about subscribing, maybe subscribe. Hey, we got James, so shout out to James. Shout out to Christina G for posting a question to us last week. I hope she's still with her husband. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good thing for her to be with her husband, but whatever.
And shout out to Israel. He posted a question. I asked the question back. I wanted to get his feedback on what he didn't like about Black Panther as well.
That's a woman.
Right.
That's a girl.
Oh, that's a girl. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought the name was Israel. Okay.
We just lost that subscriber.
Hey, hang on 1 second. Hair Escapades, Green Cloud Art Organization, Black X, Andre Wallace. Yeah, some people from overseas subscribing. Junior, Rod D, Joshua, Batman 1755. Keep subscribing.
They subscribing as we speak.
No, these are our current subscribers.
Oh, okay. Shout out to all of them.
Nice.
Shout out to all of them. Man, it's been great. We did something that Wu-Tang never could do. We got all our members on stage at one time.
Yeah.
So this is history right here. Want to say shout out to all the subscribers that Jay just named. I want to say shout out to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Everybody stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Pod Deep. Peace.
Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble gobble.